y'all, it's Lacey, the Catholic Icing Lady, and today I'm going to show you how to draw an Advent wreath. So it is going to start with just 4 rectangles for the candles. So first I'm going to make a long skinny rectangle right here. Then I'm going to make a long skinny rectangle over to the right side, but I'm going to draw it higher up on the paper than the first rectangle. Now I'm going to do one that's even higher, way up here. Now I'm going to do another one on the left, and I'm going to make it just about even with the one on the right side. There, those are our 4 candles. We have 4 candles in an Advent wreath because there's 4 Sundays during Advent. Now I'm going to put one little line on top of each candle, and that's the wick of the candle. So that's the part that you light. So it just gets a short little line. Then I'm going to add the flame, and that's going to be a teardrop shape. So we're going to put that right on top of the wick, like the candles are lit with fire. If you wanted to wait and draw the flames on during the actual week of Advent that you would light that candle, that'd be cool too. Or you can put them all on now. Now we're going to add in the wreath part. I'm going to start my greenery by kind of connecting the candles because it's ultimately going to go in a circle shape. But I'm going to put in one stick, and then I'm going to put these little sticks coming off of it because it's shaped like an evergreen branch. So it has lots of little like pine needles sticking off the stick. So I make one long curve that goes from one candle to another. Then I make these little teeny lines coming off of that one. So the first thing I'm going to do is connect all 4 candles in a circle shape with my evergreen branches. And then you just add the little lines in. They don't have to be all the way filled in because we're going to color it in better when we get our markers, and we're going to color it in green. So now I'm just going to add more of them in to just make my wreath more full. So you can put as much greenery or as little greenery as you want. As you can see, when I make the small lines, they're just kind of diagonal and they all run parallel to each other. And it looks like evergreen because that's how that stuff grows out of the branches. So you can just add as much to your Advent wreath as you want. And I'll make one here that overlaps my candle a little bit, and that's cool too. And right there, they're just going to cross right over each other because there are no rules. We're just kind of trying to keep it around in a circle around the candles. That's it. And some more over here on the right side. Advent wreaths are a great way to count down the time as we're waiting for Christmas. I think I have just about enough greenery on my wreath now. So because our candles are lit, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put some little wax drips dripping down because it makes our candles seem more like they've actually had fire on top. So this drip I'm going to put on the side of that one. Then this one's going to get one on the other side. And I think this one's going to get one on the front. There we go. So there's one candle for each Sunday in Advent, and each candle has a different meaning. So we're going to write those words in. So the first candle stands for hope. So we're going to write hope down this first candle right here in the front. The second candle stands for peace. So this is our longest word, so you want to be sure you start all the way at the top of the candle so you don't run out of room for your word peace. P-E-A-C-E. The third candle stands for joy. That is the pink candle. That's the special one for Gaudete Sunday. The last candle stands for love. So we're going to write love right there. Oh! So that was my extra piece of paper in case I messed up. And I'm drawing this outside, so it just blew right by. But that's okay because the picture is not messed up. Okay, now we have our outline of our Advent wreath, and I'm really happy with this. So I'm going to get my markers and color it in. I'm going to start with the flames as a yellow, but then I'm going to take an orange and put in a little bit at the bottom. Then I'm going to take another yellow and draw circles around the flames, and I'm going to color that in. This makes the candles seem even more like they're actually lit and glowing. I really like these circles around the flames a lot. Now we're going to start coloring in our candles. 3 of our Advent candles are purple. Purple is the liturgical color for the season of Advent. Now, one of the really cool things about the Catholic Church is there is a different color for every single liturgical season. So when you go to Mass, you'll see that the priest is wearing a certain color, and also the altar cloths on the altar will be the same color, and that's going to tell you what season it is. So in the Catholic Church, when you see purple as the liturgical color, that means it's either Advent or Lent. Now they're both purple because both seasons are a season of waiting. So during Advent, we're waiting for Christmas, and during Lent, we're waiting for Easter. Advent is said to be a time of joyful anticipation because we're joyfully awaiting the arrival of baby Jesus, which is really, really exciting. Now, on the third Sunday of Advent, the candle is what we call rose-colored. So technically, if someone says it's pink, well, it's actually rose-colored. And that is for Gaudete Sunday. It lets us know that we're halfway there, and you'll probably also see your priest wearing pink vestments that day. Now, the green part of the Advent wreath is traditionally made from evergreen branches, and that's because evergreen trees stay green all year round. So they represent everlasting life. And to us, they can represent how God's love for us is absolutely unchanging and unending. So I colored about half of my evergreens with a lighter green, and now I'm coming in and coloring the second half of them with a slightly darker green because I have a lot of different shades to my markers. So you don't have to do that, but it will just help your wreath seem a little bit more shaded and have some more dimension to it. Also, obviously, we don't have lines that are actually staying in the lines because we didn't draw a shape like that. So I'm just putting the green around these black sort of pine branches that we drew. And I'm just keeping my marker strokes going in the same directions as those lines to just help it kind of have an evergreen look. Now I'm taking an even darker green marker and I'm adding some darker green lines on top of it, just some lines to just give it a more branchy, pokey feel. The evergreen that's used in the Advent wreath can also remind us of the crown of thorns that Jesus wore before his crucifixion. I'm just going to add a couple more branchy dark green lines coming off around the edge to make the pine branches seem really pokey. Now the reason why an Advent wreath is in the shape of a circle is because a circle just keeps going. There's no beginning and there's no end. Just like God, he had no beginning and no end. He always has been and he always will be. I'm going to add just a few more pokey pine branches on this left side. Then I'm going to take my darker shade of purple and my darker shade of rose, not pink, but rose, and I'm going to shade down the left and the bottom sides of my candles to just give them a little bit more dimension. You guys watch for the Advent wreath because you're going to see it soon in Mass. And I can't wait to see you in the next How to Draw video. See you guys next Friday.